Okay, everybody, I'm back. Sorry I had to cut this video in half here. Something happened just as I was reading. But just to finish here, so with a Game Freak, Tajiri created a community of gamers. Today, Pokemon fans have a similar community and meet to compete and share their knowledge. Lines to screens. Tajiri was not a newcomer to video game development. In his early teens, he taught himself basic programming. He even took apart his Nintendo gaming system to learn how it worked. Tajiri wanted to make a sequel to the game Space Invaders. This was a popular game released by a Japanese video game company title. Tajiri submitted his idea for a sequel to the Sega company's annual Game Ideas Awards. Tajiri's idea did not win. The next year, Tajiri submitted another idea to Sega's contest. It was a game called Springer Stranger. This time, Tajiri won the grand prize. Tajiri had ideas for other games too. While continuing to produce Game Freak, Tajiri started programming a game called Quinty. In the game, players flip floor tiles to defeat their enemies and move to the next level. Tajiri presented Quinty to Namco, a video game company that inspired him for many years. To his surprise, Namco approved it right away. Namco released Quinty in 1989, and it was a major success. Tajiri and the Game Freak magazine team were now a game developing company. Tajiri decided to continue using the name Game Freak for the company. Meanwhile, Tajiri was already thinking about his next big project. Sega is a famous Japanese video game developer. The company is best known for selling games such as Sonic the Hedgehog and Phantasy Star. Another fun fact, in the United States, Quinty was renamed Mendel Palace. The waiting game. Tajiri's next idea was inspired by the Nintendo's Game Link cable. The Nintendo company created this cable for its handheld gaming device, Game Boy. Two players would connect their Game Boys with the cable. This let them compete with one another. But Tajiri saw that the cable could also be a tool for communication. He imagined insects traveling across the cable. This vision led to Pokemon. Tajiri dreamed of a game where players could collect objects. He wanted gamers to know the excitement he felt while collecting bugs. However, Tajiri knew that bugs would not appeal to everyone. Instead, he created imaginary monsters for players to collect. He called these creatures Pokemon. Tajiri knew that Nintendo was looking for a new game, so he showed his idea to the company. The Nintendo representatives liked the game, but they thought it would take too long to make. They needed to release a new game right away, so Nintendo offered Tajiri a chance to create a different game that would be faster to create than Pokemon. In response, Game Freak developed the puzzle game Yoshi. Nintendo released Yoshi in 1991. The game was very popular. The success of Yoshi proved that Tajiri was a talented video game designer, so Nintendo agreed to release Pokemon once it was finished. The Game Boy product line has sold over 200 million units worldwide, and that is the original Game Boy. And just to let you know how old I am, I didn't have one. One of my brothers had one, and he let me play it sometimes. But that is what the Game Boy used to be, and it was basically in like black and white screen. Game Boy screens had greenish, gray, or black and white displays until Game Boy Color came out in October of 1998. That was a really big deal. I remember the commercials, and I remember friends who had that. That was huge. And there's a picture of some of the Pokemon right on the front. I'm just going to read just a little bit more here, just to get us into this. But Chapter 5, Poke Progress. Tajiri and Game Freak worked hard on the Pokemon game. They knew Pokemon wouldn't be much fun if there were only a few monsters to trade, so the team decided to create 150 different monsters for the game. Then Shigeru Miyamoto offered a suggestion. Miyamoto was a designer for Nintendo and an important mentor to Tajiri. Miyamoto's idea was to release two versions of the game. The 150 Pokemon would be divided between the two games. This way, players would have to trade with friends to collect all the Pokemon. So one version of the game was named Pokemon Red, the other was Pokemon Green. It took 6 years to create the two games. During this time, Game Freak started to run out of money. Tajiri was unable to pay his employees their full wages. Despite the challenges, the team didn't give up. On February 27, 1996, Nintendo released Pokemon Red and Pokemon Green in Japan. The games were a hit. A clever marketing plan helped raise the Pokemon game's popularity. Just before the release of Pokemon Red and Pokemon Green, the Game Freak team had added an extra secret Pokemon. The 151st Pokemon was named Mew. Mew was much harder to find than the other Pokemon. Soon, players became obsessed with this mysterious Pokemon. Pokemon's most well-known monster is Pikachu. There's been a Pikachu balloon in every Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade since 2001. And this Mew trading card is from the 2014 Pokemon World Championships. So I am going to stop here. This book is on Epic if you want to continue reading, especially if you like Pokemon or video games or any kind of games like this. But when you're done, watch the next video, and that's going to teach you how to do the pick board. Thanks, everybody.